welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Oh, yeah. So it was raining a little bit. I was doing some laundry, and I got caught in the rain, and I was like, we'll give it like 5 minutes and it'll stop. And it did. So yeah, welcome back. All right, so for this break session, hopefully that last work session was a productive one for you. For me, not too bad. Like, I'm getting some stuff done. These things are pretty much handling themselves, printing, so that's good. Everything seems to be going fine. I got some stuff, other things like filament drying, so whenever those run out, I'll be able to replace them. And yeah, so I'm making pretty good progress. I still have not done the post-radio show promo stuff, but I'm gonna work on that. I got my steps in, so that's good. I'm getting my health up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, good stuff. And so speaking of good stuff, I wanted to talk about this cool thing that is now baseline newly available. And it's a new web, like things that have to do with importing. And it's pretty dope. So let me share my screen. All right, so this post was published June 18th, 2025, so a few days ago. I'm gonna copy and post a link to this, so it'll be next to the recording of the video, so you can check it out for yourself on untilit.works. And yeah, so JSON module scripts are now baseline newly available. And so shouts to Thomas Steiner. If you want to import a JSON file in a JavaScript module, which I do a lot, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'll have like let's say kind of like a database that's just a JSON file, because I don't need it to really do anything. It's just like hard coded. Or if I do change anything, it's like in a GitHub repo and it'll kind of like rebuild everything, right? Like before, like I said previously, you had to go through hoops like embedding JSON in JavaScript. So you'd have to like have the JSON, you set it to like a variable and like export or something, and then you have to import it. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So you can use a regular import statement or downloading a file with fetch. And this is what I was doing before. So even though it was basically on the same like domain, I'd have to go and call like the fetch. And then you, like it says here, you have to do response.json. So basically here, so this is MDN. I'm gonna copy and paste this here. And so you see this example here. So getting data. So you have the URL, and then you're going to, and funny enough, it's a JSON file. And then you're going to fetch it, right? And then if it's not okay, you throw an error, there's an error response. But if it is okay, you have to do that response.json, because it comes back as like a string. And so you have to do a response.json and turn it into a JSON file, and then you can do something with. You know what I'm saying? So all of this, right? All of that to basically all comes down to just this import. And now what's different now is this with type JSON. I saw somewhere that I think it was on MDN where the type CSS is coming, but it's not like out there. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, like all the new browsers, the latest devices and browser versions, this thing is available. And that's since April. It's like a couple of months ago. And but it might not work in older devices and browsers. So that's something you have to kind of like look for. So you have to kind of know your audience to see if maybe they're still using like older browsers. This may not work for you. You can maybe, I wonder if there's a way to tell if it works. So, I mean, maybe to see if this comes back like undefined, then maybe it doesn't support it. And then you'll be able to do like a regular fetch or whatever other way to do it. Or there's like a fallback for it. Not sure. But for all that code to be able to come down and just do this, that's kind of amazing. And so I think the magic is this type JSON.
And then from there, you can go ahead and take this variable and then kind of like destructure it so you get the stuff inside of it, and then you'll be able to use those things here, which is kind of cool. Yeah, dope. All right, cool. Object assign document dot query select. So you're taking the image, and you're assigning the object the the source and the alt. So you're doing both at the same time. All right, cool. That's dope. I think I've ever used that, but that's good to know. All right, so there's no JSON.parse needed. The JSON is parsed and ready to go right after the import. This works because the browser knows beforehand that it's dealing with JSON. And so again, that's what this is telling it. You know what I'm saying right there. Which you declare with the import attribute type JSON. So they have this example here of pulling like the NASA picture, NASA picture of the day, right? And so they're not really doing it like because it's just a static copy or whatever, right? Because I guess you need a API key and they're saying it's too restrictive. I don't know. I've never really done anything with it before. But what they're doing is, so I took a look at that code. So here's the tab, right? So here it is, the live version, right? And then you see it just calls in style, JavaScript, that same JSON file, right? And so here is the HTML for it. And you can see there, interesting. Okay, cool. So they're calling in the script.js, which we'll take a look at when you're doing type module. And then right here is like they have the figure caption, image, and the source. And they have all the alt stuff there, right? And the source. Cool. Now, what they do is, so that same JavaScript here, that's this file here. And so they're importing picture of the day from the same like domain, and they have that type JSON, which is pretty dope. And then basically the same thing before. So, you know, query selector H2, put in the text content, the fig caption, text content, the explanation, and then they're saying that. All right, so we've seen that. That's dope. And now the actual JSON file is just this. So they got the date, explanation, HD URL for the higher resolution image, media type says image, and then version of it, all right, the service version, and the title and the URL. And all they did was they just pulled out the URL, explanation, and the title. But you could have pulled out any of these other things also. Probably could, on the image, could do like a source set. So depending on the size of the screen, you could have loaded a HD URL, but neither here nor there. But that is kind of dope, right? And so you don't have to go through and do all those other things. Now, let me see here. I don't remember saying if there's a way to tell if it's available. So that we just checked out the live demo. MIME type checking for module scripts is strict. In order for the fetch of the JSON module script to succeed, the HTTP response must have a JSON MIME type. For example, okay, so if you're serving this thing up from somewhere else, then yeah, you're gonna have to make sure it comes back as that. So if the with type JSON part of the statement is omitted, to leave it off, the browser assumes that the intent is to import a JavaScript module script. And the fetch will fail if the HTTP response has a MIME type that is not JavaScript MIME type. Oh, okay. And you can read more about it there. But nah, this is pretty dope. And so I'll be able to refactor a bunch of projects that I just kind of like spin up quickly and just have like a simple JSON database or whatever where it pulls some information. And and just be able to just do all that instead of having to go through and do the old school way of this, fetching the URL and then doing the response.json stuff. So yeah, dope. Very nice. All right. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get y'all back to work because I want to get back to work. I think the dryer may be done, so I need to go and get that out there so I can wash more stuff and get some more stuff dried. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all off with some traveling music, and when we come back, let me stop sharing. So when we come back, we'll take a look at our artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos, maybe become a fan, and but yeah, thanks for hanging out. Let me send y'all off with this traveling music. So we'll be back again like 15 minutes after the hour. So till then, I wish you much productivity. Here is Nujabez featuring on Pawnee B. The track's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out, and catch you around. All right, y'all be easy. Peace.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I think all the showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop.